Cheers. Cheers. You there? You there? Fuck, I can't hear you now, bro. I can't.
If it's brown, drink it down. It's Brown Pants. Sit back, relax, slink into some feast, and enjoy the show. I mean, that's always a great place to start, isn't it? That's always a great place to start with. Obviously, what are we drinking this week?
Okay, I've got two different ones. I've got Garage Project Baltic beer. It's 8%. Nice little brew. So I want to, see how that goes.
Yeah.
And I've also got Urbanaut. Okay,
Oh, yeah.
Urbanaut is the brewery. Can't even get my fucking R's going. A Silver Palace Citra Hazy IPA, and that sounds absolutely delicious.
That does indeed. So what am I drinking? In front of me, I've got a couple of the old Garage Project again. Used to live across the road from them, Narrow Street in Wellington. Garage Project. Yeah, I have two Boss Level Ultra IPAs sitting at a healthy 8.5% each. I thought, Boss Level IPA to get back into episode 3 like a boss, because we've been a little slack, a little remiss the last couple of weeks with recording anything, but I think that's just sort of the Brown Pants mantra, as it were.
It is. It's like people have been screaming out for another episode, but good things take time. Is what they always say. Actually, last time I sort of had chat to you, you were a 12-year-old.
Sure, that's the sirens already outside. Yeah. Yeah, I was actually. I was had an 8-year-old rolling around in my mouth. They're gone though. They're gone. All out.
So that was the delicious Scotch you were having. I thought it was a 12-year vintage.
Oh, I don't know what nationality they were.
You have to go overseas for that.
Mike, where are the hookups, please? Jeez. Yeah, I think it was 12 or something. It was something pretty high up there, and I've finished that bottle now. It's a gone burger. I'll have a new one for after celebrating the NZ Open this weekend, after mine and Joe's hard work on the old microphones.
Fuck, the Open. Let's have a yarn about it. So I'm not going up.
Who is?
But I'll definitely be watching the stream that you guys will be kindly showing. And it obviously will be fantastic behind the mic. And
thank you.
And is Greg in it, sorting out the stream sort of side of it?
I believe it. Yeah, old Dice Jar Games Greg. He is doing all the technical, like the monkey work, being the backbone of the stream behind the scenes there. And it's really just going to be me and Joe putting up the somewhat passable faces and just like dribbling the poo chat all day for everyone.
Yeah, and that's great. Obviously the two best podcasts, New Zealand Yu-Gi-Oh related podcasts, teaming up almost.
Are we Yu-Gi-Oh related? Very loosely.
Fucking loosely. But I mean, yeah, Greg does a good stream. I mean, fuck, he sees Saturday morning Yu-Gi-Oh ones. Tune in every now and again, and they're always good quality. I mean, look at the TCG that originated in New Zealand's big national event stream. I'm not going to name names.
Oh, yeah, I know what you mean.
It looked very dog shit, and Greg does a far better job than that.
Yeah, we're hoping so. Like, fingers crossed, touch wood, all for next weekend, and no real issues coming out of there. But if knowing Greg, he's a stresser. He likes to stress behind the scenes and get everything like perfect. If anyone's watched my channel for the longest time, Your Move TCG, that is, you'll know that I like doing things a little ad hoc. I can barely turn on the camera, and then suddenly I'm just like jabbering away like a chimp.
Okay, I'm gonna stop the stream here, guys. This Baltic beer that I've purchased, dog shit. Dog shit. So I'm putting that somewhere away from me. Ugh. Yuck.
No good.
Ugh. Yucky.
Stinky wheeze.
I thought it might not be too bad, but it was very yucky. If that's what people in the Baltics drink, yucky.
Oh, no wonder they have so many issues around the old Baltics. Like, it's nothing to do with Russia. It's nothing to do with years of like political turmoil. No, it's purely the taste of their beers.
the shit piss. And no wonder they just drink vodka if that's the fucking piss floating around over there. Shit me.
I don't think even the piss floats over there. It sort of sinks to the bottom like a heavy gravy.
Yeah, so we're on beer number 2.
That's a lot better. I've got no complaints from the old boss level IPA.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if the stream kicks on anymore, I might need to pop my 15-year-old out. Nice little vintage sitting in my closet.
Can you? I hope you let Bex out every so often, eh?
She's a bit older than that. She's a bit older than that, mate.
Oh, I couldn't put her a day past 18-ish.
But yeah, no, this one doesn't. This one's out for special occasion. Actually, no, Bex got it for my Valentines Day, and I got Bex lovely. Absolutely nothing. So,
that is the complete opposite. That is the complete opposite of my Valentine's Day. I got chocolate. I got a card. I made a delicious lasagna. Actually, I made a delicious lasagna.
Nice.
Yeah, have a nice shit do. I got nothing. I think I got yelled at for not doing some jobs around the house or some shit.
And it's that's just how it is later in life.
Don't get engaged, semi-married, whatever the hell situation I'm in. Don't get yourself into any situation that Kez would get himself in.
I've seen Kez in a couple bloody situations.
Yeah.
It's probably So should we? So let's talk about the New Zealand Open then, eh?
Yeah.
Who do you think's gonna? Are we gonna just throw out the basic names that we think are gonna go good? Dino is probably
okay. I've actually made a list. So
you've got a list?
I've got a list. I've called my top 8. I've called my top 8 for everyone here listening at home. So I think if you don't have a specific list, I think what you should do is you should just rattle off 8 names or something. I'll see if there are any sort of matches like a bingo card. And
well, mate, I probably couldn't even name 3. To be fair, I've got Dino.
Yeah, Dino's my number 1. Dino is my number 1 easily, and I've put in brackets because I've also sort of called the decks that they'll be using. I've just got anything because Dino, despite how amazing he is, he doesn't really attend the old regular hobby leagues or anything. So what he turns up with on the day could be bloody anything. I know he owns Macanco. He's got access to Cash Terror. He may be on branded. He was a branded player last year or anything. So whatever he chooses to play this weekend, I don't know. Could honestly be absolutely anything. It really boils down to how much he actually gives a fuck about the tournament.
Yeah.
If he just goes into it and be like, "Oh, I haven't played in a week. This is all. I just did some testing on Saturday night, and this is me," which is a standard behavior from him.
I'm hoping it's a standard behaviour for most of the Yu-Gi-Oh players, really, because who really gives a fuck? You know what I mean?
I mean, we joke about it, but the worst thing about a Yu-Gi-Oh tournament is the Yu-Gi-Oh.
It's not a joke, though. That is 100% the truth. The worst part of any Yu-Gi-Oh trip is the Yu-Gi-Oh.
Oh my god, man! I've already made.
But anyway, you just tell me your top 8, and I'll see if I agree. I'm just going to agree with all of them.
Okay. So there's no real order to these until we get a bit later down. But so the first sort of 4 or so, I reckon, can be pretty interchangeable. So for number 2, I've got Marshall Stevenson, and I've called him being on Labyrinth. I don't know if he played Labyrinth at the Tauranga Teams Champs, but his team were in the top 4, maybe even 1. Didn't look into it that far. I've had a heck of a week, dog of a week, mate. And so, yeah, Marshall Stevenson I'm calling to make top 4 with Labyrinth, because it seems like his sort of deck, he's a bit of an enthusiast like yourself.
Enthusiast. Very enthusiastic.
Yeah, I wasn't going to use this word, but yeah, I'm calling him on Labyrinth. Tits on those cards are big enough that, they're clearly of age.
And the girls are young. Of age.
All right. Nobody's asking the age of the cuckoo clock, are they?
No.
Think of the cuckoo clock with a big throbbing pair of tits. No.
Okay.
All right. Number three. I've got James Hamill, James Scammell. You might know him as the little Jewish character. He was on Flavour for all of last year. He's now on New Flavour, aka Cash Terror. So I think he's got a really good shot at being top 8 there on Cash Terror. James Hamill. Number 4, repping the Monkeys, the West Auckland Monkeys, I've got Jordan Grace on either Dragons/Cash Terror. Mm-hmm. He normally plays Dragon Link, but I know he's got access to Cash Terror, so he could be on either. Either way, he'll play it really well, and yeah, I've got to give it to Jordan. Do you know Jordan?
Probably. I know too many people. I know them all.
Oh, all right.
I know them all, and I know none of them. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's a face. You sort of pick it up and go, that guy. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Continuing down, I've got Jay Park also on Dragons. He's been killing it on the Auckland track here. 6th place. Oh, you should know this name. I've got Josh/Corey Lewis, depending which one actually turns up.
Yep.
And I've got him playing Branded.
Okay,
I believe he made top 8, top 16 at OC last year. Just going to continue all that good stuff, good flow. Mm-hmm. I'd like to see him top. 7th place, Connor Bryson. Yep. Branded Dragons, I've got him on. And 8th place, I've left for my wild card here. This is my wild card. I'm going to play the wild card here. You know, bit of devil's advocate. I'm going with Kopano Samanu. And I have got him just with a big old question mark right next to him. Because this guy...
Know what he's playing, or he plays anything and everything?
No. This guy is the nicest dude. Huge Tongan character, I believe. And man of great mana. And I think he's most known for around Auckland is like Mech Knight Orchist? Mech Knights or pure Mech Knights? And he's just one of those people that just come. You won't see him for weeks, and then he'll come out of the blue, and then he'll just be like, "Yeah, no, he's the nicest dude."
Okay, so that's the wild card. That's good. I mean, there's always a deck like that, especially in New Zealand, because we're all dog shit. But like,
oh yeah, we always slap a wild card in there, like a bit of a joker in the pack, as it were. And unlucky 9th place, I'm going to put down to Carlisha because I know she's actually coming up for this one.
And you got Sean coming up. I mean, he's always pretty good.
I think he's out of practice. He's only just come back to the country, hasn't he?
Yeah, because he was in West Taiwan.
West Taiwan.
Yeah, Western Taiwan, the big island next to Taiwan, the western one.
Oh, so Taiwan's the main island, and then you've got the big sort of lesser Taiwan on the other side there. Okay, yeah.
That's what I've been led to believe. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So
I think I remember that from old geography.
Yeah. So he's doing all right. He's always solid at hobby. I think he's been trying to cope with tears, so that's always interesting. I wonder what he'll play. I think he's got cash as well, so he could always be good. He's always
that man has cash. Have you seen his fucking buy list?
Oh yeah. I mean, daddy's credit card, baby. Must be nice. Must be nice to have a dad.
Boy, I don't know. I do not know what was happening with cigarettes in the late 80s, early 90s, but there is a heck of a lot of dads out there. Heck of a lot of dads that have just never come back.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure whether this is just due to
just a milk run, mate.
Yeah,
the dairies closed down, or
I mean, heck, if they ever did make it back, how do you think they'd cope with the shortages that are caused by COVID? I think they'd just be screaming internally. Wouldn't see them again.
Well, maybe, and they'll see the price of ciggies nowadays. Fuck.
Oh. All you want is a nice dart to have with your beer, and suddenly you got to take out second mortgage. Got to apply for the
sex. Oh mate, there's nothing better than a dart after sex.
I know. I've already.
That's a fucking tip for any of you guys out there.
I mean,
I get laid. This is probably only 4% of our
But I mean, we can't even do that anymore. I mean, we've broken the bank already for the sex. So where's the money coming from for the cigarette? I don't know.
It's a tough fucking gig, isn't it?
I just don't know.
Well, okay, so you've talked about the players, okay?
Yeah.
You've talked about the players and the cigarette sex.
Cigarette sex. Not sex with cigarettes, although it's about as big as one.
That's lucky. Mine doesn't even get in my missus' mouth. Okay, so you've talked about players. Obviously, you are from Auckland and you know a bit more than I would, and you know the players. But what are we talking about the decks that we think are going to be quite highly represented? So you said a couple going on Cash Terror. Now, do you think anything like Crap Tricks, because obviously that structure is coming out, do you think that's worth looking into? Labyrinth could be looking into, those trap decks. Or do you think Cash Terror just sort of beat them and then Branded as beats, it has a good matchup?
Cash Terror, it is a very good deck. Don't get me wrong, it is a very, very good deck, but I do not think it is the best deck to go into the tournament with. It's going to have such a high target on its head. Everyone's just going to be out there trying to beat it. You can't join them, beat them, that sort of mentality. Just think there's going to be too much of a target on their back. Like everyone and their dads that came back for cigarettes are going to be like out there just just with like the anti-cash terror tech on them. I think branded is probably going to be the most represented in the top sort of ecosystem of all decks. I think just because it's cheap, it came in a structure deck. Pretty much everyone who was playing it last year still owns it. I think that's sort of where we're going to get. We're going to get majority branded next week, but the deck to beat is definitely going to be Cash Terror because it's just so obnoxious. Like, do you enjoy playing against Cash Terror?
I mean, it sucks, especially when they start blocking out your fucking spell and trap zones and your Book of Eclipse in your hand. You're just like, God damn. If you don't draw the rock, you kind of like shit your pants. But like, I think a lot of cards just beat that. A lot of decks are just maining Nibiru or...
Yeah, and that's the thing though, you don't even need to be maining Nibiru now. The threat of Nibiru on some Cash Terror players is so high that they either play into it and get nipped, or they make a subpar board in fear of it, like they'll just hard make a Rise Heart and just pass. And just set up with like Ogre and the Trap card, which I was playing when I was playing the deck, and then suddenly it's come back into vogue, old Keza here, ahead of the curb.
It definitely wasn't you though, Kez.
Yeah, I know. At what point have I ever influenced the meta other than sharing our deck lists on Your Move TCG Facebook page and then picking them up by like everyone that's better than me at this?
Which is like basically wrong, but like, so you don't think Labyrinth? What about Labyrinth? Labyrinth really high showing at the 3v3.
I think if anything to go into playing this weekend, it's if you're going to be playing a deck and you're not too sure about anything, I'd play Labyrinth 100%. The pink cards there, the pink bits there, they can just carry you. Like we've all been carried by pink bits in the past, definitely. And like the deck can main deck evenly matched, and that's a blinder for absolutely every deck at the moment. Smash is branded, Smash is Cash Terror, who can't put up a freaking negate to save themselves unless they like waste their adventure on it.
Well, and then Trap Tricks as well. Obviously, the structures come out, so there's no real like tournaments on it. But I think that deck's going to be quite strong. Again, that a lot of decks I've seen are maining evenly matched because they can just bin a trap first if they're starting. They can bin the evenly matched.
Yeah, I think Trap Trick will do well, but I don't think we'll get any tops purely because it's going to be the Bamboozle deck. Just came out, like people haven't fully read the cards or understand the concept of what the deck's doing and where the interaction choke points are, and that's sort of how I'm putting it there.
Obviously, the deck on everyone's lips are ninjas. What are your thoughts on ninjas?
I have not read a ninja card, and I do not give a shit about it. So continue. Please enlighten me, Sensei. Hokage, as it were, do the jitsu on my brain and tell me about the ninja deck. Why is it so good?
Well, I never bloody said that. But
yeah, did you say that off stage?
But
you said you. Yeah. You mentioned how great the deck was and how everyone should be playing it for NZ Open, along with like some rather egregious stories about the size of your personal downstairs operation and how you had a thing against people of a certain ethnicity, and I just thought that really...
Well, look, mate, when we talk about Mike in these situations, it's just come from playful sort of, nature. And it was obviously all lies because my size of my downstairs is nothing to be bragging about, and I wouldn't be bragging about it. But ninjas...
Do you trim your downstairs?
I fucking know if I trim my downstairs. Who do you think I am? Some sort of caveman?
Oh, no, mate. Like, you got the upstairs operation, like snail trailing down to the bottom. Fuck, who has that nowadays? I don't think we've seen this sort of thing since Brody Retallick. But anyway.
The women love that. But,
do they?
Well, I think so.
Maybe I should give it a go. I was thinking about, like, growing out the old, like, I've got this sort of, like, weird, trendy little short beard going on. Shaving that off and then just growing out the old slug and getting like a Dennis Lilly going on for the stream this weekend.
The old handlebars.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's like more of a David Boone, I'd say.
Oh, you like a David Byrne? Oh, you like a David
Boone, I'd say.
Oh, you like a David Byrne? Oh, that's good. Ninjas.
Well, yeah. Well, no, wait. I was gonna refute the more downstairs area that you were talking about.
We've seen it enough, mate. Like, it's okay, bro.
I was
We can live with that.
mate. You guys have seen it. You guys have seen it more than anyone.
You can live with it. We have to live with it because you just send it to us every so often.
The group chat is something else.
It's like a fucking butchery in there. The amount of fucking meat going on. Jeepers.
Yeah. Well, look. I just know the boys appreciate it. Anyway, ninjas. I didn't
as long as Bex appreciates it.
Fuck, who knows? But yeah, ninjas. I think it's a cool little deck. Honestly, I've been on for a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Never do well with it, but like,
cool.
It can kind of hurt Kashtira a bit because it just flips everything face down.
Yeah, it's like a flip. It's like a flippy floppy control deck. Everything goes face down, it goes face up, and when shit flips up, it triggers stuff, and it's one of those decks, isn't it?
Yeah, basically. So it can hurt Kashtira, especially if they summoned first, and you just sort of be like, "Well, I'm gonna flip my dude down," and then they lose. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, I mean, I've burst competent Kashtira players, but yeah, I sort of get what you get. Mate. I mean, seriously, who is competent and owns Kashtira in Christchurch? Give me a name. Drop it. Call them out.
No one. I think Sean has it. Keegan has it. But again,
I said competent.
Yeah. Again, you said competent. So who knows? I mean, Keegan's been doing all right.
Yeah.
He's been getting a couple. Dubs.
Yeah, we give Keegan shit. We give the entire Mystic House team shit just because it's like the old Hoon Mystic House sort of rivalry going on. But yeah, we love the guys. Mystic House. Just sober, isn't it?
Oh, speaking of,
go on.
Shit, I've actually. This was meant to be the first thing I said today. I'm wearing my bloody brown pants merchandise.
Oh, you got some brown pants merchandise.
I'm wearing the brown pants merchandise right as we speak.
Okay, tell us a little more about what people can expect from the brown pants merchandise wardrobe collection.
Okay, so it's got all you need. Honestly, it's got one item, and which is all you need. It's a wife beater.
Speak for yourself.
Chris LeBlanc special.
The City Boy special.
The Chris LeBlanc special.
Yep.
It's a wife beater with the brown pants logo. Really, just buy a shirt. Just buy a goddamn wife beater from us.
Please.
We'll post the link sometime.
Please fund. All profits go towards our rampant alcoholism.
All profits go towards stilettos. The money, really.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna say. Wasn't gonna say it because people out of the loop have been like, why do you guys keep talking about this freaking strip club so much? And then we've weaved it back in. Stilettos chat is on the tables now.
Okay, we'll move on. Do we want to move on? No, we'll move on.
I mean, we keep going back. We don't. But yeah, you're wearing that. I'm actually wearing a weird little T-shirt I found on the old store, not on the Hoonhay store. Hell no. This is. I found it funny because it says Team Pussy, and Pussy is in bright pink pixelated lettering, and yeah, I don't know. I'm a fan of Puss. You like a bit of Puss?
Definitely more of a dog person. Kiz.
Oh yeah. You've got a thing. If I'm gonna be honest, I've got two. A bit tragic for me. I'm a fucking rampant fan of Puss.
Honestly, I've broken out a bit when I've seen some Puss too.
Yeah,
and that's taken a couple pills to get rid of, and she's all good to go. Is that what we're talking about? What are we talking about now?
Where the hell are we, Puss? No. Fuck.
Where is this conversation heading?
I do not know.
We're talking about ninjas,
ninjas.
Yeah, it's a cool deck. It's about $50 for a cool deck, which is nice.
Would you tell that to Henry because he's got his price at like $100, and I'm like, fuck off. No.
Yeah, no one's.
To be honest, if we're on fun decks, my fun $50 deck, which I picked up, is Springans. Holy shit, this deck is hilarious.
I've been loving that. Wow. Is it $50 when you got fucking Reguluses in it?
Oh no, but I have those since Cyber Dragon days and stuff. But like, and those things have gone through the roof and stuff. But like, holy shit, this deck just goes off. It's so glass cannon, but if it goes off, it's fucking hilarious. And I bloody love Springans. Shout out to Hater at West City because he's been a Springans fan from the start, and like I honestly think that this is my Dunedin Regionals deck. I'm on Team Springans for that.
Well, actually, while you're saying that, if that Maze of Memories, is that what this is called, comes out,
Maze of Memories,
I will be fucking playing Infinities, baby. Because that new spell card is like bonkers.
2013, eat your heart out. But can you tell me, like, what is the name of all the bad OCG to TCG translations? This is the most egregious.
Well, I don't even know what it was called. Something
you
make a fool out of me. I did post it.
What was it? You punky little bastard or something like that?
Yeah, like you punky fool or some dog shit name. I mean, I'll try and look for it, but goddamn, that was.
I mean, to be honest though, we laughed in the past about like. Do you remember when Tree Toad got announced in OCG, and we're like, yeah, and then it came to TCG, and it's like totally awesome, and we're just like, oh, for fuck's sake, it's fucking trash, isn't it? But I think we've all come around to love it about and just called it Toad and totally awesome. Oh, here it is. This creepy little punk. Now, if there is a card that did not just personify you, mate, I think it's this creepy little punk.
Why do you think I'm playing it, mate?
I've
got max rarity, but
fuck! I wish I still had. I was a big fan of Infinity, when it first came out. I fucking love that deck. But now, like, as I've sort of, I like to say I haven't matured in other areas of my life, but I've definitely matured with the game, and I can't play like an Infinity deck anymore. Like, I love the combos and stuff, but I just like the whole like lockout. It's the lockout version, like, you know, just let people off loose. Nah, I don't want to borrow it anymore. That's why I sold Cash Terror. Like, I won one tournament, I thought this is just disgusting. And
it's not even the problem with Infinity. It's like you rip your hand out on purpose, and then you have no follow up. You can't run hand traps because it's just like defeats the purpose.
Yeah,
and it's just like it's so glass cannon. And then what? It would put up 3 negates or something. You're like,
yeah. I mean, that's why Max C was the perfect hand trap for Infinity. You could just drop it at any time to empty your hand. You could use it on your opponent's turn once you've used your negates to just, you know, refuel your hand to keep comboing next turn. But, like, there's nothing that does that anymore. Like, there's nothing that sits there and says that you can do this.
Deck's glass cannon, especially with still one Arch fan. God damn, Konami. Get with the times. Get with the times. That being at 3 is not going to do anything.
I actually really doubt it would. Like, and that's not me being a hater. I think it's just like...
I mean, OCG have that at 3 and Barrier at 2.
Yeah. Infinity loses a dice roll to Cash Terror. Cash Terror starts ripping everything. What do?
Nothing.
What fucking do? Miserable.
Although back in 2014, it was cool because you'd make a combo, give yourself maybe 2 barriers or 1 barrier when it was at 1, but then like 3 breaks, 2 breaks, and then set up your a Vanity's Emptiness with a Key Beetle. Fucking beat that.
Well, I mean, that certainly did, and that's no slight on Barry Huang, who did win that Nationals that year. But I mean,
he did that with Blackwing Day. It was just
no.
That was Infinity. That was Infinity.
I believe he was the only Infinity player in that tournament, and he just crushed it with that.
Kevin. Did we go over this? Kevin McGowan got fucked at that Nationals.
Oh yes, it was the old top 4 screwball.
Yeah. Fuck. Absolutely bamboozled. He wasn't pretty well with Infinity.
But I remember the finals, him versus little guy from my hobby league that I coached, Josh, and he was on Boojin, if anything. But it was just like he just drew one of those hands where if he had gone first, he would have instantly won because he had the full Boojin combo.
I'm going to stop you here. I'm going to stop you. When you say full Boojin combo, do you mean Yamato and end?
I believe he opened Yamato and Blue, so he was able to search the crane. So yeah, full Boojin combo.
Full Boojin combo, nice.
Helmet strapped on nice and tight. But you know, if he'd gone first, clean sailing. Would have been his game, but Barry won game 1 because he won the dice roll. Holy shit, that was the fucking definition of a dice roll format, wasn't it? Like Boojin, Infinity,
Right,
XYZ.
Soul Charge was at 3. Like those Gear decks were good. Sylvans were cool because of 3 Soul Charge.
The old hat deck, I believe this is hat year.
Yep, there was hat. Yeah. I was playing what? Hunders?
I'm sorry, what?
What? Hunders? Hunders?
Hunders.
With whats?
Your what?
Basically, your normal summon, those hundred thingies, those hunders.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, another thunder.
Yeah,
and then
Mahunda,
giraffe, and then attack directly, and then make Exotonite, and that was my play 99% of the time, and it was cool.
I think, I remember that. What deck was that? The one where you literally you just hit them directly with giraffe. They can no longer activate shift for the rest of the turn. Then you just make Exotonite blow up their board, and then you just sit on Exotonite.
Well, I remember that deck very distinctly because that is probably the last time in a deck that I ran Wabaku.
Gee, Wabaku.
I know, crazy. The game has gone so fast where you couldn't even consider Wabaku anymore.
Yeah, like, Wabaku, okay, cool, I'm going to destroy your board and you -1. And what? You lose next turn anyway because you can't do shit, mate. I don't know.
Yeah, Wabaku, good card. Good bloody card.
God, do you remember the original text on Wabaku? Have you read that card back and been like,
yeah, it's like
what the hell does it
damage turns to 0 or something?
Yeah, like what the hell does this card actually do? I actually do not bloody know. I'm going to bring up here.
What about the original polymerization?
Let me bring up the original text, the erratas, if you will, on Wabaku first, because we're gonna dive down this little rabbit hole of fun.
People were expecting competitive Yu-Gi-Oh chat. You've come to the wrong bloody place.
I'm sorry.
Wabaku.
Fuck, do you guys know how old we are? Jesus.
Boomers.
Boomer chat about Wabaku. We're the only people in the world that even realize that this card still fucking exists. Here we go. Original. This is starter deck Joey text. Any damage inflicted by an opponent's monster is decreased to 0 during the turn this card is activated. Now tell me, with problem-solving card text, what the fuck that card even means. What does that even mean? It doesn't mean anything.
It doesn't mean anything. But look at polymerization. That original text, the card does nothing. It just says fuses 2 monsters to make a more powerful monster or something bullshit like that. Read the text of polymerization.
Okay, here we go.
Flavor text.
Uses 2 or more fusion material monsters to form a new fusion monster. This is like an anime subtitle.
It doesn't do anything.
What the heck is this card doing?
Yeah. Those cards are good though.
I'll just read it while I'm here. I'm going to read out Enemy Controller because that's one of my all-time favorites. Change the battle position of one face-up monster on the field to on your opponent's side of the field. Okay. Second effect. Offer one monster on your side of the field as a tribute for this effect. Select one face-up monster your opponent controls on the field. Take control of the selected card until the end phases of the turn this card is activated. I'm so glad that Upper Deck were the agents of their own demise because we could not continue this game listening to this fancy twaddle.
Yeah, speaking of Upper Deck, I've had to talk to a couple of people that, obviously I was trying to sell some heroes. Didn't know the difference between the silver stamped heroes.
Oh no! Were they coming in with a low ball on you, thinking,
well, yeah. And I'd be like, this one's on eBay for this price. I'm like, yeah, but bro, it's a silver stamp. It's a fake.
It's literally a fake card. A very good fake. A fake made by the people that made the card. So my
if you were to play in a tournament and someone pulls out can you call judge on them?
You can indeed.
Or would you get in trouble for sharking?
No, you can call them out. They are literally playing with a fake card.
I mean, it's never stopped me before. But yeah, I think we're getting boomer chat, so this is probably the end of the podcast, right?
Yeah, what time are we at now? Yeah, I can cobble this into some sort of half an hour worth of refuge for the mentally enfeebled, the
It look
insane.
insane, yet, and they'll eat it up. They'll love it. They love us just
Yeah.
spewing nonsense. I get all the people all the time saying, "Love the podcast. It's the best thing. It's a highlight of my day."
And
No.
then I weep thinking, this is your fucking day? My fucking God.
Yeah, yeah. I was like, you need some help, mate. You need to
Jesus.
see some. You need something in your life.
Just do some drugs like we do.
Just do some bloody drugs.
Oh. Anyway, yeah, a good place to wrap off. But yeah, good luck to anyone that is competing at the NZ Open this week, and I look forward to rejecting your name off the feature match list because holy crap, we do not need fluffles versus frickin' I don't know pine cones. Is pine cones a deck?
Is pine cones? Well, someone probably played pine cones.
Oh, that is a deck. There are all those stupid pine cone cards for like Zixaware.
5Ds or something. Oh yeah, Zixel
pine cones.
What were they, pine cones or acorns or something?
I don't know. There was an acorn card, but I do definitely remember like a pine cone card.
Well, if someone's on pine cones, you get them on the bloody screen.
Oh, my God, mate! If you're anything better than X1 at like at any point, just like come tap me on the shoulder and you pine cone represent this. Holy fuck!
If someone plays pine cones at the next Inside Open, they can get a guest spot on here.
Oh my God, yes, please. You are coming into the studio, aka the spare room in my house, and I am going to tie you to a chair and make you talk about pine cones for us.
What if it's like a level 2 monster or some shit and they just Sprite combo? There's a Sprite combo with pine cones.
Oh, the better then.
But yeah, I think it's a good time to wrap it up. We're talking nonsense.
Oh my God, holy shit!
I need a 12-year-old.
This boss level has like tapped me out here.
Okay.
The boss. Oh. But anyway, thank you everyone. Well, this guy's signing off again. Thank you everyone again for joining us this week. Look forward to meeting you all at the NZ Open this coming weekend. Going to be some of the best Yu-Gi-Oh to happen in New Zealand since Card Merchant Hobby Leagues on Fridays. So thank you once again.